rapid fire of things I wish I knew before my wedding, or things that I did see online and did not believe would come true. Guests will cancel the week of. I don't care if you're convinced they won't, they will. Guests will cancel the day of. Guests will just not show up. It's gonna happen. Not everyone will give you a card. Close family and friends will not give you a card. I'm not talking about a gift because we don't expect people to give gifts. Not everybody's in the financial position to give a gift. I'm talking about a card. Not everyone will give you a card. It is extremely hard to eat on your wedding day. Find a food that you can stomach and eat a lot of it. I don't care what it is. Fuel your body in whatever way you can. For me, it was fruits and vegetables and my cake. They were the only things I could stomach, so I ate a lot of them. It's hard to want to take a lot of photos. You plan this whole day, you want to enjoy it. It's hard to want to take photos. Don't feel any shame if you don't want to spend hours taking photos. You can take portraits on a different day. It's an excuse to wear your dress again. The 3 things that you should invest in the most are hair and makeup, florals, and photography. Those 3 things will affect, well, photography obviously, but those 3 things will affect your photos and the memories you have of the day the most. Again, obviously photos, that is number 1, invest in photography. Those are the memories of the day. And the things that affect the photos the most are the way you look and your florals. Invest in them, so you don't end up having ugly bouquets in all your photos, like I did. Things are not going to run perfectly smoothly. They're not. But that's okay, as long as you have a it is what it is attitude. A lot of the minor things that go wrong will end up being funny stories at the end of the day anyway. If it's in the budget, a day of coordinator is worth every single penny. I did not realize how heavily I was going to appreciate the presence of our coordinators until they were there. Your guests will notice a handful of things: your venue, the ceremony, any special moments like special dances, the food, and the music. They don't care about your seating chart. They don't care about your centerpieces. They care about the things that make the day special, emotional, eventful, enjoyable. They're not going to notice anything else. You will look beautiful, no matter what. Your makeup could not quite be what you want. Your hair could not quite be what you want. Something could not quite be what you expected, and you will still look beautiful. The best thing you can do is enjoy the company of the people around you. Those people are there for you, and the likelihood of all of those people being in the same place ever again is probably 0. Try to talk to all your guests, try to spend time with everyone, and try to really take in the presence of all those people. Encourage your guests to take photos, even during the ceremony. I was team unplugged ceremony for the longest time. Now I am team as long as they do not interrupt the photographer and the videographer. They are subtle about it, they don't have any noises on their phone, and they just do it quietly, quickly, and don't bother anyone, then go for it. It's honestly amazing to view the day through your guest perspective, and it made me really happy to see how many of my guests were excited to take photos. Videographers are worth their weight in gold. They will catch things that the photographers don't. Trust your gut. There are a handful of gut feelings I had in the 6 months leading up to the wedding that I did not act on because I was like, no, it's fine. This is all fine. I led with my head, and at the end of the day, it would have been better had I trusted my gut. Things like certain vendors I had a bad feeling with, I chose to trust. Those were the ones that let me down. There were certain design elements I had a weird feeling about but didn't act on because I didn't want to waste any more money, waste any more time. Those are the details that I liked the least. If your gut is telling you something, listen to it. It is telling you that for a reason. Assign your bridesmaids tasks. I never once touched up my hair and makeup the entire day. I wish I'd asked one of my bridesmaids to remind me to go to the bathroom and touch these things up every 2 hours. Before the ceremony, before the special dances, I did not do it once. I wish I had assigned someone that task. You and your partner are going to be pulled in a million different directions all day. You have different friends there. You have different family members there that are all going to want to see you individually. Try to be purposeful about spending as much time together as possible. Talk to people together, have conversations together, dance together, do things together. It is hard because, again, people are pulling you in a million different directions, but try your hardest. Trust me, you want to spend the day with the person you're marrying. Micromanaging vendors is the worst thing you can do. Pick a vendor whose style, whose operation, whose business you like, and leave it at that. The less specific you are, the less details you give, the more freedom you give them to do what they do best, the better off you'll be. One of my biggest regrets is giving my florist too many details, asking for too many specifics. If I could go back in time, I would show her my bridesmaid's dress color, give her a general idea of what I was looking for, which was elegant garden style, and given her no colors, nothing, and just let her roll with it. I think I would have ended up with a better result because I micromanaged her out of her style and ended up with bouquets that I hated. Trust your vendors. You picked them for a reason. Don't micromanage them. Last but certainly not least, if things do not go the way you plan, if things do not go the way you want, but you still had an amazing day and you still had fun and you still enjoyed all the company, the people around you, and you got to marry your best friend, the day was a success. The most important thing is that you married the love of your life. And if that happened, then it was a good day. This was a very long video. I am so sorry.